Have you ever wondered, if you stepped away from your usual rhythm for just a moment, would there be a place where everything naturally slows down? A place where the morning doesn't begin with urgency, but with a quiet, steady feeling that lets you actually notice where you are and how you're living. For many people, that idea can feel distant. As housing prices, living costs, and financial pressure continue to rise, owning a personal space starts to feel harder to reach. But sometimes the issue isn't that it's out of reach, it's that we're looking in the wrong places. Because in some parts of Europe, especially in Italy, there are still real homes listed for sale at prices low enough to make you rethink what it actually means to own a place. We are Europe on Sale. We search, filter, and bring you real properties currently on the market, homes that can be lived in or lightly improved with unrealistic expectations. The goal isn't to sell you a dream, it's to help you see a possibility, that owning a place in Europe might not be as far away as it seems. In today's video, we'll explore two properties in Italy, priced between 18,000 and 25,000 euros. Both are significantly below the average of their areas, but they open up two completely different ways of living. One is located in a quiet historic village, where life is shaped by hills, vineyards, and a slower rhythm rooted in tradition. The other sits just minutes from the sea, where each day can begin with light reflecting off the water and end with the gentle salt air of the coast. And if you find this video helpful, take a moment to like, subscribe, and continue exploring with us. Now, let's begin today's journey. Piglio is one of those places where you can really feel the difference between actually living somewhere and just passing through. It's a small borgo in the Lazio region, set among the rolling hills of Ciociaria, where life still moves at its own slower pace. Things here feel closer to natural light, to local habits, and to that sense of community that many bigger towns have slowly lost over time. What makes Piglio stand out isn't just the quiet, it's the identity. This area is closely tied to Cesanese del Piglio, one of the well-known wine regions in Lazio, and that gives the place a very different kind of atmosphere. It's not busy or overly touristy, but it still has depth. You've got old village streets, a historic center, and views that open up to vineyards, olive groves, and the slopes of Monte Scalambra in the distance. It's the kind of place that works well if you like a slower life, but don't want to feel completely cut off. And in that kind of setting, the first apartment we're looking at today comes in with a price that makes you pause for a second. It's listed at 18,000 euros for about 40 square meters, which works out to roughly 450 euros per square meter. When you compare that to the local average in Piglio, around 624 euros per square meter, it's clearly lower. In simple terms, this is a pretty soft entry point into the market for a small place right in the center of the village, especially one that's already been renovated. In terms of layout, this is a typical bilocale, so you get two main spaces, one bedroom and one bathroom, all on the ground floor. According to the listing, the apartment has been fully renovated. Inside, there's a bright living area, a compact but well-organized kitchen, a double bedroom, and a bathroom. It's not a large space, and it's not designed to impress at first glance, but it's very easy to understand. The layout is simple, the size is manageable, ground floor access is convenient, and most importantly, it feels like something you could start using fairly quickly without jumping straight into a major renovation. The location is also a big part of the story here. Because it sits right in the center of the Borgo, you can walk to most basic services much more easily than in many other low-cost properties in hill areas. Schools, bus stops, supermarkets, pharmacies, and banks are all within about a 5-minute walk. For larger services, the nearest hospital is in Colleferro, about 16 kilometers away, which is still a comfortable drive. The Anagni Fuji train station is around 25 kilometers away, and the A1 highway access is about 15 kilometers. So while you're in a quiet historic town, you're not completely disconnected from the main transport routes. From a lifestyle perspective, this kind of apartment fits someone looking for something small, easy to manage, maybe as a place to live or even just a base for short stays in a wine and hill region. The value here isn't about space, it's about balance. It doesn't demand too much to run, the surrounding area has a clear lifestyle identity, and the price per square meter is still noticeably below the wider provincial average. Of course, a price like this doesn't mean there's nothing to think about. Even though the apartment has been renovated, it's still rated Energy Class G, which means low energy efficiency. For a ground floor unit in a building from around 1967, it's important to check things like insulation, window condition, floor humidity, and the risk of mold or minor damp over time. Also, with renovated properties in small towns, it's always a good idea to compare the current layout with official cadastral records, just to be sure everything matches. But realistically, at 18,000 euros, these are not unusual concerns. They don't take away the value of the apartment. They just remind you that renovated doesn't always mean nothing left to worry about. It's simply about being careful. And maybe that's the point worth sitting with for a moment. When you have a small, renovated place, right in a Borgo with a strong identity, offered at a price below the local market, the real question isn't how perfect it is. It's whether that kind of slower, simpler, just enough way of living is actually what you're looking for.
If the apartment in Piglio gives you that feeling of slowing down among hills and vineyards, then the second property in today's journey takes things in a completely different direction. This time, we're heading further south, down to Calabria, where the Ionian coastline stretches along with small towns, stronger sunlight, lighter air, and a lifestyle that feels much more tied to summer. Calopezzati is one of those places. It's not a major tourist hub, but it sits right in the kind of setting many people picture when they think about owning a place near the sea. It's not overcrowded, not overly commercial, but still connected enough with basic services that make it livable or usable for seasonal stays. Here, the sea isn't just nearby, it becomes part of your daily space, something you can walk to in the afternoon without thinking too much about it. And right in Marina di Calopezzati, this second apartment comes in with a very clear advantage. It's listed at 25,000 euros for about 45 square meters, which works out to roughly 555 euros per square meter. Compared to the local average, around 598 euros to 618 euros per square meter, it's only slightly lower. But once you factor in how close it is to the sea, the pricing starts to feel more interesting. This is a one-bedroom apartment, a simple bilocale, with a small living area, a compact kitchen, one bathroom, and a small outdoor space you can actually use. What makes it stand out is that it's sold fully furnished. It has a private entrance, air conditioning, ceiling fans, and even a sunshade outside. So in terms of basic function, this is something you could start using almost immediately, especially for short stays or seasonal use. But the real key here is still the location. The apartment is only about 350 meters from the sea, which means you can walk to the beach in just a few minutes. If you've ever looked at coastal properties in Europe, you'll know that's not something you often find at this price point. On top of that, the Calopezzati train station is about 660 meters away, which makes getting around without a car more realistic than in many smaller seaside towns. Nearby, you've also got places like Odisea 2000, a large water park about 3.2 kilometers away, and other coastal areas like Rossano, which add more life to the area, especially during summer. From a usage point of view, this apartment is pretty clear in what it offers. It works well for someone looking for a low-cost holiday home, a place to spend summer by the sea. The small size makes it easy to manage, the entry cost is low, and the fact that it's already furnished removes another layer of effort at the beginning. And depending on how you look at it, the price and location could also be a decent small investment. But like any property near the coast, the trade-offs come from a different direction. The apartment is rated Energy Class G, so efficiency is low, and the coastal environment brings things like humidity, salt in the air, and faster wear on materials over time. Things like doors, metal frames, outdoor equipment, or even interior finishes may need more regular maintenance compared to properties further inland. Also, if the idea is to rent it out, seasonality becomes a factor. Demand tends to peak in summer and drop quite a bit during the rest of the year, so it's not necessarily something that generates steady income all year round. So the story of this apartment isn't just about being close to the sea at a low price. It really comes down to how you see it. If you're looking for a simple place to escape to during the summer, to enjoy the coast without putting in a large investment, then this is a very straightforward option. But if you're expecting stable year-round income or a property that runs almost without maintenance, then it's worth taking a step back and looking a bit more carefully. And just like with the first apartment, what stays with you here probably isn't the number, 25,000 euros. It's the question behind it. What are you actually looking for in a place like this? By the time we reach the end of today's journey, what stays with you probably isn't just the numbers, 18,000 and 25,000 euros. Because after everything we've seen, this isn't really just about two low-cost apartments in Italy. It's also about what they offer and what we're actually looking for in our own future. There's also a very practical side to this that matters more than appearances. When the entry price is low, the financial pressure is lower too. In places like these, everyday costs, taxes, basic utilities, and maintenance often sit at a more manageable level compared to crowded areas or locations driven up by mass tourism. That doesn't mean everything is cheap in a perfect way, but it does mean a more sustainable lifestyle is something you can realistically picture. Not a life where you're constantly chasing bills, but one where things feel more under control, more predictable, and easier to maintain over time. Of course, it wouldn't be honest to say these homes are perfect. They're not. The apartment in Piglio might raise questions about ground floor humidity, energy efficiency, and things you can't always see just from a finished surface. The one near the sea in Calopezzati brings its own concerns.
coastal humidity, long-term maintenance, and the seasonality if someone expects too much from rental potential. But the value of places like these usually isn't about how ready they are today. It's about whether they give you the space to build a life that actually fits you. Maybe that's just a quiet morning in a small village. You open the door, the street outside is still calm, a familiar cafe nearby is just opening, and the light moves slowly across old walls. Or maybe it's a late afternoon near the sea. You walk a few minutes to the water, come back with a bit of salt air still on your clothes, and sit down in a space that's small, but just enough. It doesn't need to be romanticized. Sometimes it's exactly those simple, everyday moments that make a place feel meaningful. So in the end, the real question probably isn't which one is cheaper, it's which one feels closer to the way you actually want to live. If you'd like, leave a comment and share which option speaks to you more, and why. We read all of them, because sometimes it's the viewers' perspectives that make this journey feel more real than the properties themselves. Thanks for staying with us until the end of the video. If this way of looking at things feels useful to you, consider subscribing and continuing the journey with us. In the next video, we'll open another door somewhere else in Europe. Take care, and see you next time.